Have you ever stopped to wonder how silk, the queen of textiles, is produced? A valid question, wouldn't you agree? After all, this luxurious fabric has a charm that's hard to resist. But behind its delicate sheen lies a tale as intricate as its texture. A tale that involves not just the skilled hands of weavers, but also the humble silkworm and the mulberry leaves it feeds on. The process of silk production, often referred to as sericulture, is a laborious one, demanding both time and precision. It's a dance that unfolds in 4 key steps: silkworm cultivation, cocoon creation, thread extraction, and finally weaving. Each step is a testament to the marriage of nature's genius and human ingenuity, a partnership that yields this exquisite fabric. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? The journey of silk begins with silkworm cultivation. These aren't your garden variety worms, mind you. These are Bombyx mori, a species of moth that's been domesticated for this very purpose. They are voracious eaters, with a diet consisting exclusively of mulberry leaves. It's these leaves that give silk its lustrous quality, and the silkworm, its name. Once the silkworms have had their fill, they begin the process of spinning their cocoons. This is an intricate process in itself, requiring the silkworm to move in a figure-8 pattern some 300,000 times. Yes, you heard that right. 300,000 times. The result? A cocoon made of a single unbroken thread of silk. But we're getting ahead of ourselves, aren't we? The cocoon is just the beginning. It's the extraction of this thread and the weaving that follows, which truly transforms silk from cocoon to couture. But the how of it, well, that's a story for another time. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive deep into each step, starting with silkworm cultivation. This journey, as mesmerizing as the fabric it produces, is only just beginning. So sit back, relax, and let's unravel the mystique of silk together. Silk production begins with the cultivation of silkworms. Now, an interesting fact to note is that these so-called silkworms are not worms at all. They are in fact the larvae or caterpillars of the silk moth, scientifically known as Bombyx mori. These caterpillars embark on their life's journey with a voracious appetite for mulberry leaves. This diet is not a matter of preference but a necessity, as the mulberry leaf is the only food source that the silk moth caterpillar can digest. This exclusive diet is what gives the silk its natural luster and softness. The caterpillars munch away at the leaves, growing larger and stronger until they reach the right size. It's a fascinating process, watching these diligent little creatures prepare for the next stage of their life. Once they've grown enough, the silkworms begin the fascinating process of cocoon creation. This is where the magic of silk production truly begins. Stay tuned as we delve into the world of cocoon creation in our next segment. After feasting on mulberry leaves, the silkworms start to create their silky homes. Fully nourished, they begin to produce a protein in their salivary glands that will be spun into silk. This protein hardens when exposed to air, forming a single, continuous thread that the silkworm uses to spin its cocoon. Each silkworm meticulously wraps itself in this thread, moving in a figure-8 pattern some 300,000 times. It's a process that requires patience, taking 2 to 3 days for a silkworm to fully encase itself. The result is a soft, lustrous cocoon, a protective shell and the birthplace of the silk thread. Imagine the dedication: one tiny creature, one continuous thread, one intricate cocoon. It's a remarkable feat of nature that highlights the complexity and beauty of the silk production process. Once the cocoon is complete, it's time for the next step in our silk journey: thread extraction. The thread extraction process is where the magic truly begins. Once the cocoons have been created by our diligent silkworms, they undergo a fascinating transformation. To extract the silk, the cocoons are first plunged into boiling water. This isn't a cruel punishment, but a necessary step to soften the silk's natural gum, sericulture, which binds the fibers together. A single cocoon, believe it or not, can yield up to 900 meters of this luxurious thread. Picture this: an unbroken strand almost as long as 10 football fields, all from one tiny cocoon. It's a testament to nature's incredible efficiency and the marvel of silk production. But boiling isn't the end of the story. The softened threads then need to be carefully unwound, a meticulous process that requires utmost patience and precision. Only then, with the silk threads extracted, we're now ready for the final stage of silk production. The final step in the creation of silk is the weaving process. The extracted silk threads, now known as raw silk, are ready to be dyed into an array of vivid colors. This process is meticulous, with each thread being treated with utmost care to ensure uniform and vibrant coloring. Once dyed, these threads are set out to dry, a step that brings out the iconic shimmer of silk. The threads are then spun onto bobbins, preparing them for the weaving process. Now, our silk threads are ready for the loom. Traditional looms are often used, where the process is a rhythmic dance of threads interlacing. The weft thread is passed over and under the warp threads, creating the delicate and intricate patterns that silk is renowned for. It's a process that demands patience and precision, but the end result is a fabric that is both luxurious and durable. And there you have it, from silkworm to luxurious textile. That's the incredible journey of silk production. From tiny silkworms munching on mulberry leaves to the creation of beautiful silk fabric, the process of silk production is truly fascinating. It's a journey that spans several stages, each one as crucial and intricate as the next. The trek begins with the cultivation of silkworms, where they feast on nothing but a strict diet of mulberry leaves. This nourishment enables them to spin their cocoons, a process that is both complex and fascinating. From these cocoons, the silk thread is carefully extracted. It's a delicate process that requires precision, patience, and most importantly, time. The threads are then woven into the luxurious silk fabric that we all know and admire. It's a labor-intensive task that highlights the value and worth of this precious material. So the next time you run your fingers over a piece of silk, remember the intricate journey it's been through to reach you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world of fashion. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.